Hi everybody, so it's finally review time. I hope you enjoyed my little Star Warsy video that I put up there just to kind of show how these things operate in the dark. And I want to start by saying the first thing that I noticed about these wheels was that here's a Fothon wheel, Powerslide Fothon wheel. These were 76s, and I know it's hard to tell here, but if you look, they're pretty opaque, but these wheels are a lot more translucent than the Powerslide wheels are, and I'm not sure, you know, I'm sure that has a lot to do with the performance because they were really super bright on the road, as you can see in the video. But looking at that, that's the first thing that I noticed. Another thing that I noticed about these was that with the Powerslide wheels, I had to actually use a hammer to get the axles to go through the hubs, or the little cores, the spacers that actually activate the lighting in the wheels. And I had to take a hammer and beat it through with my wheels and the frames in order to get them in there. And I thought that the axles had to be tight on the spacer for these to work properly. So initially I was concerned when I put these in and they went in there like no problem, and I was like, oh man, these wheels aren't gonna light up because the hub isn't in the center, isn't held perfectly still or held in place well enough. But as soon as I tightened them up, it was fine. There was no problem at all. So overall, I'm happy with the performance of these in the dark. The light is really bright. Like I said, the wheels are more clear than the Powerslide wheels. The one thing I did notice getting them straight out of the package was one of the wheels did have some air bubbles in the urethane, and hopefully that doesn't cause a problem as of now. It's pretty close to the hub, so hopefully there won't be any issues with decoring, but it was only one wheel. Hopefully there's no danger of chunking later on down the road, but you know, we'll see. And if I get that close to where these bubbles are, these things will be about a 55 millimeter at that point, and I'm sure I won't be using them anymore in that instance. But overall, yeah, these are, for the money, 32 bucks for a set of 8. The month-long waiting period was the thing that sucked the most, but other than that, I'm super satisfied. The one thing that I did notice was one of the wheels, my front wheel, as soon as I'd pull my foot up off the ground, the lights would stop, but that's because the wheel wasn't free spinning. I might have just over tightened it a little bit. Since these cores are plastic, you got to be careful with over tightening so that you don't squeeze the core too much or squish it down, because with the frames and everything, you know, it'll pinch, and you don't want it to pinch too much. But yeah, these are some dupe Swifts with Flying Eagle frames, 80 millimeter flat, Zenwa bootleg Fothon wheels. Performed great. If y'all have any questions, I have a link to the store that I purchased them from in the description. So I mean, if you want some light up wheels that are cool, go out and grab you some. There are some drawbacks, just like with the Fothon wheels, because of the hubs and them needing to be in contact with the outside to create the lighting. It does slow your wheels down a little bit. You're not going to get as much free spin as you would. You got to work a little bit harder, but not much. Overall, I enjoy it. I really like it. It's cool, especially if you're like me and you skate at night a lot. I live in a not so great area, and I do like to skate at night, but there's people that drive around and don't pay attention, and it makes it impossible for people not to see you while you're skating down the road. So as far as safety, that's one big plus. But yeah, I mean, as far as compared to the Fothon wheels, I think I would definitely get a second set of these. Let's see how long they last. Like I said, with my Fothons, 2 went out within the 3rd or 4th ride. Another 2 went out later on down the road. I'm down to 4 that work after a few months. So I mean, they were all right, I guess, but for 90 bucks compared to $32.50 with free shipping, I would definitely recommend getting a pair of Genoise or whatever these are called. All right, y'all. Later.